Great morning and happy Monday. This is Kristen Young, the marriage enthusiast, with your Monday morning marriage-minded message from Living the Vows. So, last week we were talking about your feelings and how we should not allow our feelings to dictate our actions. And there were some comments that came up and some thoughts that went along with that. So I decided to follow that message up with this week's message. And my message to you is to get out of your feelings and into your faith. Okay, get out of your feelings and into your faith. Because, okay, we were talking about how we shouldn't allow our temporary emotions to dictate what we do next and our actions, and how that can set us back within our marriages. But what's important to recognize is that sometimes things are a little deeper, a little heavier than just your basic, we got into a little argument, or we had a little disagreement, or you missed an important appointment, or what have you. So when things are a little deeper, when they've gone to the point where things have been ongoing and you're in a more serious place in your marriage, a more difficult place in your marriage, we have to recognize that you still have to get out of your feelings. We have to get to a place where we're not so emotionally driven that we're not thinking wisely, that we're not doing exactly what we need to do and what's best for us, what's best for our marriage, and what's best for our husbands. So it's important to recognize that even when you are in that deeper place, that darker place within your marriage, where you're really trying to sort things out and you may need some genuine professional assistance, or whatever the case may be, you still have to get out of your feelings. Your feelings are always going to be valid. You are human. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to be petty sometimes. It's fine. But what happens is we have to allow ourselves to say, okay, this is what I'm feeling. Let me vent. Let me call my girlfriend. Let me get it out. And now let me be rational. Let me be mature. Let me look at the bigger picture. And when we get to that space, that's when we have to get on our knees and really fall into our faith. It's not just about falling on the floor crying because your feelings are hurt, but fall on the floor crying and say, you know what, I need to trust God like never before. I need to seek God like never before. I really need to tap into my faith like never before. Because more often than not, what happens when you're in that true emotional space, you're all in your head. You're wrapped up in your emotions that you're not thinking clearly. All you're looking at is, how can I heal this wound that I'm feeling right now? How can I heal this hurt that I'm feeling right now? And of course, we want to heal that hurt. We want to heal that pain. We want to get to a better space. That's absolutely normal. That's what we desire for ourselves. But if we're allowing ourselves to stay so emotional, we're not going to get to that space, because all we're looking at is, how can I retaliate? How can I get back? How can I make it clearer than clear about how I feel? And how can, more often than not, the thought is, how can I make him hurt the way I'm hurting, so that he can know exactly what I'm feeling, and then maybe we can move past this. But that's not what marriage is about. That's not what humanity is about. That's not what walking in faith is about. So we have to get into that space where, even if you're hurt, even when things are looking extremely dark, that's when you need to call on the light. That's when you need to get in that space and say, you know what, God, I don't know what's going on right now. All I know is only you can fix this right now. I need you to come down and speak to me like never before, so I can get to the clarity that I need, so I can get the encouragement that I need. Send that sister, send that counselor, send that stranger to say, you know what, I hear you. Give me that good rhema word, whatever it is that you need, that's going to push you through, that's going to propel you, that's going to give you the encouragement that you need to move to the next level. That's going to give you the encouragement to continue to stay dedicated and committed to your marriage, even while you're hurting, even when you feel like he's not treating you fairly, even when you feel like you're not being loved back. You got to love anyway. We're instructed to love our enemies. So if he's acting as an enemy right now, so what? You're still responsible to love. You're still responsible to show up and be the human, be the the woman of faith, the woman of God that you call yourself to be. So it's in no way easy, but you have to get to a place where you get out of your feelings and get into your faith. You have to dive deep into your faith. And even once you get that breakthrough, and even once you mend your marriage, you still have to get to that space where you go even deeper in your marriage. You go deeper in your faith, because that's what's going to propel you, and that's what's going to allow you to continue to grow, not just to get back to where you used to be, but to go beyond, to be able to use your story and your testimony to bless other people, to bless yourself. So when you can look back and say, wow, this is what we went through 2 years ago, we don't ever want to get in that space again. So how do we make sure we don't make those mistakes again? How do we make sure we take the proper action steps? How do we make sure we stay out of our feelings so that next time we can speak a little more clearly, we can communicate a little more clearly, we can think a little more clearly, we can have faith a little more clearly? That's what it's all about. That's where our focus needs to be. So if you are in a space where you are feeling like you're in the dark and you need some additional support, know that I am here to support you. I get it. I've been in that dark space. I know what it's like to feel like I don't know what I'm going to do about my marriage. I know what it's like to say, you know what? I'm not sure that I want to continue on in this marriage. I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like. But I also know what it feels like to look back on it and say, that's not what I signed up to do. I didn't sign up to quit. That's not what this is about. I can get past my emotions and say, you know what, in spite of, the reason I love this man is because. And I can look at all of the wonderful things that he has done, all of the wonderful things that he is still doing, all of the wonderful things that he is working towards, all of the wonderful things that he still does for me in spite of the difficult challenges that we're going through in that season, in this moment, in this temporary place. And when we can understand that what we're dealing with is always temporary, it's always temporary, then we can have a little more encouragement to be able to move forward to the next. So that's what I'm here to support you with. So if you are in that place, contact me immediately. Whether it's on social media, you can find me on Living the Vows. You can find me the website www.livingthevows.com. Of course, you can always email me, yes at livingthevows.com, and just say, Kristen, I need help. And that's exactly what we are here to do. And we also have just 2 more tickets available. 2 more tickets. Our 3rd annual Word to the Wives experience is happening this Saturday, March 18th. We only have 2 tickets left. Grab your ticket. If you've been waiting, you can't wait anymore. You can't put it off any longer. Go ahead and purchase that ticket. Say I do to you. Get around some other wives, some other sisters, some other girlfriends who are saying yes to their marriages, who are saying, I need to say yes to me in this moment so that I can say yes to my marriage, so that I can continue to move forward in my marriage, so I can do what I need to do for me to make sure I'm healthy in order to make sure my marriage is healthy. And that's what this is all about. We're going to have fun, but we're going to put in some work too. Because marriage takes work. And we never, ever, ever understand truly what that means until we're in it. So while you're in it, let's enjoy it. Let's grow it. Let's make it profitable for your life. So I encourage you to definitely connect with us. Stay connected with us. Share this video. Tell us how you feel about this video. Tell us what you want to see next in our videos. And just know that Living the Vows is always here to support you. I love you. Have a fantastic Monday and make it intentional. And I will see you on Saturday at the Word to the Wives experience.